All right, Broncos country. It is the bye week for everybody, but not for me and David.
No.
I'm Mike Carmelini with Mic'd Up. That is David from David Talks Broncos. This is the Mile High Monsters. Welcome aboard, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the weekend slate. David, first off, I guess I should say happy birthday, my brother.
Dude,
what is up?
Thank you, man. Thank you. I've had a wonderful birthday, and hey, I want to spend it doing the stuff I love. So I love the fact that we got on here, or we're going to get on here, talk about Broncos, talk about football. I love doing this. This is going to be a lot of fun. So thank you for having me on as one of your monsters. I'm guessing I need to come up with like a monster name now.
No, I know. I was thinking about that too. Like, you think Zach is, Zach's going to redo all the graphics because,
Right.
Because that's what Zach does. But I wonder if he'll give us our monster names and like we'll have cool ones. Like yours will be like Beelzebub or something. And I'll get like Chad,
Dude, I'll go with Beelzebub, man. Yeah, I'm all about that. Yeah, give me a nice little Bible demon. I think that's great.
All right, we'll get into the Colts. They're landing in a minute. Yeah, a lot of people are glad the Colts lost. Did you pick these games, David?
Oh yeah, I pick them every week with my friend Rawhide.
That's right. You have your pick 'em show, right? How did you do this week?
I think I did pretty good because I had the Bears over the Steelers. I had the Texans winning on Thursday night. I did have the Chiefs winning this game, sadly. But I was cheering for the Colts.
Yep.
So I think the only loss that I picked, who did the Bengals play?
The Bengals lost to the Patriots 26-20.
No, I picked
you didn't pick the Bengals.
Yeah, no. Jags, Browns, Eagles. Okay, the only loss I have on the entire week, was the Saints. So this might be my best week yet.
This is my best week as well. I went Colin Cronin from the Dublin to Denver podcast, and I did kind of a pregame show since there was no Broncos show, no Broncos games today. We just picked the whole league, and so we did that too. And looking at this, I did pick the Colts. And so that would be my one miss. And that's pending this Cowboys-Eagles, which they're still in overtime last I checked. If anybody knows in the chat, or if you're watching it, David, let us know how that one ends up. Yeah. But all right, let's get into it. Let's say hi to everybody in the chat. Landon, Azarico, if I'm butchering your name, I'm sorry. David, of course, David Young, welcome back. And MDS Schaefer, like to see that. Beelzebub was my old AOL email name. So that makes you at least what, 40 to have an AOL?
At least.
I mean, at least, right? All right. Well, look at this face. I'm not one to judge. Let's do a quick recap of the games that mattered, David. I guess the easiest one is the only reason this one mattered is because Shedeur Sanders was the starting quarterback, the first Browns quarterback rookie to win a game in like 16 years. He kind of had a sneaky good game too. So the Raiders lose. What are your overall thoughts about that game?
One, just very cathartic, man, after the clown show we watched last night from our Buffs. So it was great to see. Shedeur Sanders go out there, play within the offense. I said on Thursday, if he throws for more than 20 passes, Browns are going to lose. 20 passes, the magic number. 11 for 20, a touchdown, a pick, and he made a couple just wow throws that you want to see. So I know everyone's gonna, that doesn't like Shedeur will dunk on him for being 11 of 20, but hey, with rookie quarterbacks, that ain't a big deal.
Yeah, let him hate. Yeah, he's a Buff. He's ours. He's one of ours. He'll always be one of ours. And what he did for our football program, we will never forget. So and he's 23 years old, guys. Give him a break. All right. What were you doing when you were 23 years old? So yeah, it was kind of interesting. And up for a bad team like Cleveland, I think it's fun to point out how badly they dominated the Raiders.
Dude.
I mean, it's always gonna be the Raiders' year, right? I'm not here to bag on the Raiders, but it's just the two of us girls, right? We're just chatting. Nobody's listening. The Raiders suck really bad. And I think maybe it was you that said, I bet Pete Carroll goes home every night thinking, man, I should have just stayed retired, stayed at home. What the hell was I thinking?
You should have, dude. This is a disaster. 10 sacks on Geno Smith today.
Oh my
Miles
gosh.
Garrett, he's going to break the NFL record, no doubt about it. Yeah, just an obliteration. This game in which we play them here after the bye, I think in like 2 weeks or so, this should not be a contest. Yeah, we got to finish business. So, yeah, Browns, they better not put Dylan Gabriel back in next week. I had
if they do,
yeah,
man,
yeah,
come on.
Dude, you can tell the energy just changed with that win. So
Yeah.
you gotta lean into that. So yeah.
Yeah, that would be crazy. That would be very Fangio, Drew Lockey. You know, you got to let the kid play now, and especially because of the fact that he won. He, for the most part, protected the ball, played safe ball, played within the offense, like you said. You got to hand it to him, and good on the Browns beating the Raiders, who are now 2-9 and probably mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. So.
Congratulations, you get Ty Simpson or somebody like that.
Okay, so the other game, of course, we do need to talk about and it's funny, the debate on this game about who to root for. David, I fell on the Pat Bowlen mantra. Okay, so Pat Bowlen once said, yeah, it doesn't matter who they're playing. You never root for your division rivals. I'm assuming you felt the same way about that.
Yeah, call me a traditionalist. Hey, you got one team with Daniel Jones at quarterback, one team with Patrick Mahomes, dude. You got to fully slay the beast. So I was pretty bummed to see the Colts not finish the job, but ultimately, sadly, not surprised. I didn't think this Chiefs team was just going to roll over after going to 5-5 last week, and they're going to come back and play focused. I mean, and they were down 2 scores there in the first half, and they
had to come back. Yep, they had to come back to get it to overtime and win the game. Yep, Colts blew it.
Man, yeah, I'm trying to look at the box score right now. Indianapolis, they were outscored 6-11 in the second half, and then Kansas City, of course, gets that field goal in overtime, and just on that 3rd and 1 in overtime for Indianapolis, Shane Steichen wants to go with some misdirection on a 3rd and 1. Dude,
very Sean Payton-y.
Jonathan Taylor, dude. I know. Yeah. I know.
They get too cute, man. You know how I hate when they get cute. Yeah. Those offensive geniuses love to get cute. And that was, I mean, I understand both sides of this. Like, okay, so the Colts get dropped down there in competition for the 1 seed. But folks, I'm telling you, man, the Chiefs, I'd rather them just not get into the playoffs at all. Nobody's going to want to play them. It's the Chiefs, man. Like, I always want them to lose. It's ridiculous. David Youngkin comes in and says, did Mahomes look riddled in the pocket today, or was it just me? So he didn't play very well. Again, this is a season-long thing for him, Dave. Yeah. I didn't watch the whole game because I was trying to, the only games that I watch the whole game are Bronco games, and then maybe the Sunday night or Monday night games when there's nothing else going on. But and David was out celebrating his birthday, so somebody else will probably have to chime in on that. Maybe we'll dive into that later in the week. But he didn't have a good game. He had an interception, no touchdowns, and he was 29 of 46. So, but he had 350 yards throwing it up, and so if that answers your question, there you go.
Kareem Hunt kind of had a throwback running back performance. We normally don't see these stat lines.
Yeah, over 100 yards. Yeah,
over 100 yards. Yeah. And they stuck with the run. I think a lot of Chiefs fans were upset with the fact that they didn't do that last week when I think Kareem Hunt was averaging 4.5 yards a carry against us. Hey, he stuck with it against the Colts, and yeah, it paid off. Took a little bit of pressure off Mahomes, I guess, and Mahomes had no done turnovers. So, man, that sucked to see, man. I really wanted the Colts to finish the job, but they went completely silent there in the second half.
Yeah, and honestly, oh shit, David, what's his name? The quarterback, Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones, yeah.
He actually played a great game. Like, again, he played really well. It was not a Daniel Jones versus, like, he played better than Patrick Mahomes. They just somehow won the game late. It looks like we have finally got, so now the playoff standings are updated. I've been waiting because I knew that the Jags won today, and I knew that that was going to push the Bills out. So as it stands right now, the Jags have taken, well, so now the Bills will hang on to, so they'll be the number 7 seed as we sit here today at 7-4. The Jags are 6. The Chargers are still there at 5. Actually, they bumped up one, I think, at 5. And the Ravens have now come up all the way up from out to the number 4th seed. They are winning the NFC North. That is going to be a bloodbath. No Aaron Rodgers for Pittsburgh today. The Chicago game was just wasn't it Pittsburgh and Chicago, right?
Yeah, fantastic game, man.
I mean, what a game. And I picked Chicago and Colin picked Pittsburgh. It was 31-28. So honestly, just a toss-up game. But good on the Ravens for coming back. I don't know how dangerous they are, David. But it feels right having the Ravens back at the top of the AFC North, doesn't it?
I tell you what, man, there are 2 teams I don't want to face in the playoffs. Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore Ravens, man. I know their defense is flimsy or whatever. I do not care. That team has their number on us in the playoffs.
Yeah. There are some teams you just don't want to see late. And I'm starting to think that all these AFC teams are thinking that about the Broncos. The Broncos are only not being talked about this weekend because they're on a bye. We're talking about them. They are a dangerous team. They play exactly the kind of football you need to play late in the season to win playoff games, David.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I love that we're getting this bye at this point. I always prefer a late bye. And I mean, I still think the Patriots are going to drop 1 or 2 in this last stretch. I really do feel like at 3 losses will get you the number 1 seed outright.
Yeah, that was the point of that a lot of people had about like the Colts, right? Was like they want them to drop out. They weren't worried about the Patriots because, again, the Patriots beat Cincinnati, the Joe Flacco led Cincinnati Bengals, and barely beat them. It wasn't even that pretty. 26-20, 1-score game. The Patriots have been very fortunate to play this guy, but you can only play who's in front of you. Mm-hmm. But I see the logic in that. Like, that's kind of why I was, not only just because I hate Kansas City, but I was hoping the Colts would win because the Colts have the Texans like twice, I think. Like, they've got a really tough schedule coming up. So I was not worried about that. I'm actually more worried about the Chiefs at 6-5 than I am the Colts at 9-3 or whatever they are now. So I
don't think a lot of people want to be facing the Texans either right now. I mean, they're
playing good ball,
fantastic football, and yeah, it makes our win against them not look phony or anything like that. They're a darn good football team. Davis Mills is perpetually underrated. He's one of the better backup quarterbacks in the league.
Him and Daniel Jones both just needed to be in the right place, the right system, the right offense.
Yeah. So I think, dude, the Texans will end up in a wild card spot. I think that will happen. Who takes those other ones? I don't know, man. The Chargers, they might just start free falling here with all these injuries. I'm not really sure.
I think I see that coming. There was a time. I would love to see the Broncos. How great would it be if the Broncos were the number 1 seed going into the playoffs, and there wasn't even a wild card team out of the AFC West? They were all coming out of the AFC East and the AFC South. Like, talk about a dream come true.
Yes.
We would be able to shit talk like the whole off season. I mean, it would just be so much fun. Get these Chiefs and Chargers peoples out of my mentions. Good Lord, what a
Would
bunch
you
of
rather play the Colts or the Texans in the playoffs?
the Colts.
Yeah,
I would rather play the Colts as the Broncos.
Yeah.
The Texans, I don't want to play them again. I don't want to see them again. I got a feeling that the Colts and the Texans are teams going in two different directions. Like the Colts played the Chiefs tough, but you got to remember it's about matchups, right? So I think the Broncos actually match up pretty well to the Colts. And if not for, what was it, a penalty? Was that the leverage game?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry to open a wound, everybody out there listening, but I mean, the Colts should have been a win. That was a ref. The refs gave them the win on that one, and I will never say otherwise. But I think, would you rather have meet the Texans or the Colts in the playoffs?
I think right now the Colts, dude.
Colts.
I think right now the Colts. I think they Texans. I just don't want to mess with the defense, man. That's what I'm going to be most worried about. Defense over offense.
Yeah, that was a rough and tumble game. I thought I won't say lucky. That was a hard fought game that they won against the Texans. So here's your standings for the AFC. They have updated everything. Bills will be the 7th seed. Jags and Chargers hold 5 and 6. And then your division leaders are the Ravens, Colts, Broncos, Patriots. The Patriots, by winning today over the Cincinnati Bengals, did overtake the Broncos for the number 1 seed. And that's only because they've played one more game. They're at 10-2, and we're at 9-2. We will be at 10-2 next week, and we will retake that number 1 spot. Those Patriots are going to start losing some games. Weird fall from the Bills. It's just been weird watching that team. I follow them fairly closely, but they're a strangely not great team this year, David. Kind of like the Chiefs. Like neither one of them have been very impressive.
And I'll tell you what, man, this is why I don't like the idea of bringing in somebody like Brandon Ayuk, who is just self-destructing his career. You got a great winning team there with Josh Allen, and you're Keon Coleman, and you're totally messing up the whole energy of the team, man, with missing meetings and stuff like that. Having to be disciplined, sitting out games. And there are very few receivers, man, that where you get to play by your own set of rules, man. Keon Coleman's not one of them. So they got some locker room stuff that they got to figure out. And it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate for them. But that's why I don't like having divas on our offense. You saw Jerry Jeudy drop that ball today, fumble that ball after that catch, dude. Enough with these guys. I'm over them. I'm glad we don't got any of them in Denver.
The only diva that ever really worked in Denver that off the top of my head was Shannon Sharp. Yeah. But he was a Hall of Famer, one of the best ever. But he wasn't a locker room problem. So the diva part, it depends on how you define diva, right? Like diva is the one that is like Terrell Owens. Do you remember Terrell Owens?
Oh yeah, dude.
So like this is a guy that was the biggest diva and the biggest baby and wouldn't show up and was doing all that stuff. You know, the Broncos don't generally do that. And when Pat Bowlen passed away, I was afraid of what would happen next, like with the team. Like would the culture change? Because the ownership ultimately does, you know, coaches and stuff can set the tone for a while, but eventually it's the owners that really do set. Like Al Davis made the Raiders what they are, right? Pat Bowlen made the Broncos what they are. And this ownership group that we have, the Walter Penner group, is count your blessings, Broncos country. We got so lucky, and it's not just the money. It's like their morals and their standards and what they expect and out of the team. And Sean Payton has proven that he is not a bad locker person. He is not this, you know, nasty, you know, overbearing boss. You know, like the players love him and they're close. And so we've got it really good right now, David. But are we missing something in particular for this playoff run.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are, dude. Dude, Denver Trav coming in here saying that the Chiefs just signed Damian Pierce for their playoff push, dude.
That's what I was going to bring up.
This is disappointing, man.
We had the chance to make a move, and again, we failed to do so. Now, I wasn't, we just got done talking about Ayuk, but this move would have been, I think, really smart for the team. It's a need. I think we need another running back, don't we?
Dude, I think so. And I think this is more so on TikTok because, man, people love to fight on TikTok with my opinions on this. But TikTok, man, I think some people say when I'm saying, hey, we should sign Damian Pierce, then all of a sudden people are like, what are you talking about? We have RJ Harvey. No. Right now, RJ Harvey definitely deserves the bulk of the carries. But we have no big back right now.
That's right.
No big pass protector. We need a guy to play a few snaps that can do those things, especially, God forbid, Tyler Bidet goes down. You're without a dependable pass protector. Not to say that RJ hasn't done it in spots or Jaleel, but I wouldn't exactly call them like, you can always depend on them to make the right block every single time. We just need a short yardage back. So while this isn't the end of the world, I do think Damian Pierce did have some nice upside, again, only being 25 and averaged 7.5 yards a carry last year in a reserve role. So he's a good running back. But, hey, we can go out and get Zach Moss. You could probably sign him to the practice squad. I was really surprised, Mike, that we didn't see a transaction made in that area at all this week. Were you expecting a move to be made?
For the Broncos?
Yeah.
Specifically? No, only because I know how they operate. But my gosh, I was hoping for it. They just, for some reason, and we talked about this on the show a couple weeks ago, like Sean gave that, we've got everybody we need, and then signed 41-year-old Mercedes Lewis, right?
Yeah.
But I got to go back and check the timing, man, because I swear I could have swore he said that after we got Mercedes, but it's Mercedes, right? Am I saying that?
Yeah, Mercedes. Mercedes. Yeah.
So see, this is where we miss Zach. So usually for you guys watching this little three-headed monster show we do, there's three of us. Zach literally does all the work, and David and I just chill out and get to talk ball. And now we don't have like somebody like checking us, so we're gonna depend on the chat to to call us out when we say something wrong. And I guess I was disappointed, Dave. I was disappointed. I really thought with JK being my MVP of the offense for 3 weeks, I think, on the show, we would always pick our star or MVP. I think JK was my guy at least twice, maybe 3 times. And he's just a different back. Now, Tyler Bidet, your guy, you're going to get what?
No. I'm off the Tyler Bidet train.
This is your guy and your favorite player on the team, and you wanted it, you got it. Here he comes.
No, man, I'm done. Ever since I stood up for him, he has made me look like a fool. I'm over Tyler Bidet. I will say, I mentioned Zach Moss a minute ago. This is who I want. It's just Gus Edwards, man. Gus Edwards, bring a little bit more of that Ravens culture over here. Of course, he was with the Chargers last year, but he's a guy that can get us some short yardage conversions.
That's what we need. Yeah, and even though Sean's going to still run a backwards pass, double reverse, jet sweep instead of just pick. When it's 3rd and 2, just run the damn ball and then run it again if you don't make it. And I mean, why end up 5 yards back? I just hate that stuff. But you know what? When you're on how many games have we won in a row, David? Is it? I want to say it's 8.
Yes.
Maybe we should give Sean Payton a little credit for that.
Nah, I ain't doing that, man. We need another running back on the roster. Come on.
No,
man.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about his play calling on 3rd down.
Yeah.
We need that back. No, we need somebody that nobody wants to tackle between, the 2 tackles, that somebody just can put his head down and get you 3 yards. JK was kind of that guy, and we're going to miss that. RJ Harvey, I trust him. He's got great hands out of the backfield. Really surprised at how well he catches the ball. I didn't know that he whenever you see a running back catch it with his fingertips, it always makes me feel better about life. When you see a receiver who catches the ball in his chest in college, I'm always scared to death of them in the pros because that's just not going to make it. So.
Is Cycloptics bringing up a good point here? Having Adam Prentice in short yardage is awesome. I mean, we've seen him play a little bit more running back. Yeah,
man, we got to figure out how to get so all of us can hit the chats, because I'm the only one that can hit these, right?
Yeah. It's
because
just
I started it.
on there.
Isn't there a way to
you're hosting? Yeah.
Can I set you up as like an admin? Like we can all be admins so that all of us can do this? Because I'm not very good at doing this. But
I think you're doing great. But
I can't find it.
Is Adam Prentice our white Howard Griffith?
Oh, is that what he said?
No, that's just my thought on him.
Oh no, but you know who might be? I really miss who's our fullback, H-back, Adkins. Like I'm really glad Adkins is coming back. Now we don't use fullbacks the way that the Broncos used fullbacks back in the day. I mean,
no.
That whole zone, pitch out lead fullback thing was pretty unstoppable back in the late 90s, early 2000s. So that kind of fullback, maybe it'd be nice to have. Gosh, you know what? I think we just need to get Adkins back in the lineup.
That'd be really
I think
nice,
we just,
man.
I'm
a
just
fan
really
of root
do,
beer, man. I love root beer Nate Atkins, and yeah, he's one of our unsung heroes, man. He's definitely better than Michael Burton. So yeah, give me Zach Atkins. Mike, I got to get this off my chest. It's just a random thought, but I got to get this off my chest because you brought it up with the play calling, dude. The play calling, dude. Sean Payton, always going to be the play caller here. You know what I want, dude? New York Giants hire Davis Webb. Do it. I love Davis Webb, man, but I'm sick of hearing about Davis Webb taking over play calling. Go over there with VJ. They'll probably hire him.
Yeah.
And then we don't got to hear about it anymore. I'm sick of hearing about a guy that's only called preseason plays. Man, our fans, we got to be smarter than that.
I think it's it's not the fans' fault that they don't. You know how Twitter is, you know how everything is. You read it once and you're like, yeah, what the heck? Because he called that one game in the preseason or something and we lit it up. But the thing is, it's like, I'm brain dead, but what's our offensive coordinator's name?
Oh, Joe Lombardi.
Everybody's always like, we need a new OC. We need a new OC. Look, guys, everything runs through Sean. All Lombardi is doing exactly what Sean tells him to do at practice so that he can go talk to other players. That's all the OC. He's not designing plays. He's not calling plays. Davis Webb, if anything, is struggling, in my opinion, because all the struggles that Bo Nix are having fall more on Bo and Webb. His footwork. I mean, that's the QB quarter. It's the QB coach.
Yeah.
He's the one that's supposed to be working on all this stuff with him. And he spends more time with Bo than anybody. He's not involved in play design. We don't know if that guy knows a thing about play design. He called Sean Payton's plays in a preseason game. It's fun to talk about, but this guy's like brand new. This would be like making, like your freshman, never mind. I'm not even going to say it. Davis Webb, I love him. I'm not going to talk about anybody's. I really like him. I like the relationship they have, but come on.
I'm right for him.
He's not ready. He's not ready to be an OC.
We're talking about him way too much. Let's see what he can do somewhere else. And, Sean Payton's going to fill out the staff just fine. So, hey, maybe if you're short of guys, up and coming guys for QB coach, I bet Gary Kubiak could help Bo Nix figure out this footwork.
Wouldn't that be something? Well, and I personally like Gary Kubiak's offense way more than I like Sean Payton's offense. Like, I think that I see glimpses of that to this day in the league, and it's still working for the most part. But, again, 8-game win streak, fine. Just keep winning, Sean. We'll got the whole season to complain about, and think about draft picks. Honestly, this job, David, for me, I mean, other than the post-game show, the offseason is the best time of year to do a Broncos show. It just is. Like,
Yes.
like we're busy, we're watching the games, we've got a lot to go on. The reaction shows are great. Like that's a blast. But all the other content during the week or whatever, it's I don't know. It's not as fun as the off season because the off season is just full of hope and change. Like there's not going to be any change. Like we're riding with the guys we've got now. All we can do is look ahead to the next game and the next game.
Oh yeah.
And
I love glaze season, dude. You just get to glaze on every single player. You always got that guy every single year that you're like, this is going to be the year that he breaks out. So last year it was Lucas Kroll. This year, man, who are some of the guys that was really A.T. Perry?
yeah, where
A.T. Perry make the roster?
have we done a show without mentioning A.T. Perry yet?
No, I can't, dude. I can't. And dude, if Sean Payton, if he wants to win the Super Bowl, put A.T. Perry out there on a couple go routes. Come on,
I bet he'll make a play.
Yeah,
I bet he'll make a play.
Yeah.
Do you? So now I know that we talk about this a lot. So please explain to me and to everyone watching where your love for A.T. Perry came from. Is it just his 6'5", his numbers, or did you watch him play a game and just go, my God, I got to have this guy on my team?
Yeah, well, I'm like super into dynasty fantasy football, so everybody's hyping up A.T. Perry come draft season a few years ago, and then you see he gets on the field with the Saints, has 12 catches, I think 4 of them go for touchdowns. He's averaging like 20 yards a reception, dude. He's coming down with big contested catches. He's got great speed, and then we just never hear from him again. It's kind of one of the strangest things, to happen over the last few years, and a guy that I think showed a little bit of promise, man. But I was super pumped when he signed here because I'm like, last year, I'm like, our receivers suck. So I thought this guy was gonna get on the field. Never got on the field, but then you hear the reports, oh man, he's cooking everybody in practice, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
So you think about that for a whole offseason. I was thinking, man, this guy can be on the active roster, right? But he's hurt throughout most of training camp, I think it was, and we just didn't. He's still waiting for his opportunity, and it's really just become more of a meme at this point. It's fun to talk about, kind of like Chad Kelly, but there's still a part of me. There's still a little part of me that believes in A.T. Perry. That's why I still gotta give him a shout out, man. Troy Franklin ain't come down with these big catches enough.
Oh man, did you now? So rewatch it. First of all, let me just take care of Richie Rich here, David.
Yeah.
I want us to sign Jaquindon Jackson. You like him, right?
Yeah, he's a big old back from Arkansas. The only issue I got with him is he's a rookie, and I think we should sign somebody with some experience. But I do like him.
All right. So let's do. We should probably do this since it's the bye. If you've got a minute, can we kind of just do like a position grades thing, just like an informal sort of do. And we don't have to get down into the weeds of every player, but let's start in the backfield and we'll work our way forward. Let's start with our defensive backs. Let's just do A through F through the season so far. PS2's out. The guys seem to be playing pretty darn good ball without him, don't they, Dave? Like, what would you grade this group as, or what would you give them as their grade? And I'd like to see everybody's comments as we go too. Like, give us your grade, starting with the defensive backs.
Okay, defensive backs. I would say A-. They've been great. My one issue why they're not like a perfect A+ is just because of Riley Moss's flag issue that he has right now. If he can stop getting flags called on him on 3rd and longs, this is a perfect secondary.
Should be. I mean, yeah. God, I love how you answered that so fast that I then kind of changed my mind. I'm gonna go A- too then.
Yeah, and I guess you could also crap on them for not getting more interceptions.
Well, I was gonna give them a B+.
Okay.
But as you were talking, I was honestly thinking about, first of all, Riley Moss is targeted by the NFL refs. I think we can agree on that. Like he does draw more flags than he probably should. but not having PS2 out there for a number of games, I'll forgive them for not getting the turnovers. That is going to return to the mean. Like they're way down here. They're dropping them all pretty soon. Hufanga, who should, I think I said last week, he should have like 8 picks right now. And I saw a tweet that somebody said he should have 9 by now. Like they're right in his hands. It's like trying to figure out how many yards Troy Franklin would have if he could catch a ball. But alas, he can't. All right. So we'll agree on that one. Let's move up. Let's go linebackers. I'll go first, and I will give them a C grade. I think when Greenlaw's healthy, they're certainly better. And I think the Broncos have done a fairly good job at the run game when they've needed to, but at times some teams have taken advantage of the run game, and I do hold the linebackers more responsible for that sometimes than the defensive line. So I would give them a C. They're an average group for me.
I'm putting on my orange colored glasses.
Oh
I should grab them, but I'll go with a B-, man. I'll go with a B-. Alex Singleton got cooked early on in the year, not getting cooked nearly as much since then. And I think at the end of the day, our defense and our linebackers have played, I think they played a little bit better than I expected with Dre Greenlaw out of there. So, I'll give him a B-, but I mean, we could be undefeated, man, if Dre Greenlaw started the season healthy. That's kind of how I feel. Because Jonathan Taylor absolutely cooked us and, burnt Alex Singleton. Singleton got burned for that touchdown against Saquon Barkley. But at this point, Vance Joseph, it's on Vance Joseph, dude. You have years of footage now of Alex Singleton in coverage on these freak running backs, dude. We need to stop putting him in situations to guard these guys. And generally, I feel like he has.
Yeah, I was a pretty staunch Singleton defender in the offseason. I predicted he was going to have a great year. That didn't happen. He's my Tyler Bidet, excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm kind of out
over
on him.
For him after this year. It's been a fun run, but
yeah.
It's over. By the way, I looked up Chiefs cap space right now for next year. Dude, they're at -30. They're still going to have issues reloading next year. And Mahomes cap hits 70 mil.
Well, you knew that was coming, right? Like he was going to start. And Andy Reid, Kelsey will be gone next year. Andy Reid's looking more like Joe Biden's last year in office. He's looking pretty bad, which is actually, I love Andy Reid. I think he's just a great dude. I think he's a fantastic head coach. I just wish that he was coaching the Packers or something and not the
Arizona
Chiefs.
Cardinals. Yeah.
Down to semi-retired, like somebody we play once every 4 years. Like, good for you, but I'll be happy when he's gone. And we're gonna have Sean Payton probably for another. I know you guys don't want to believe this. He's planning on coaching another 7-8 years. So
yes, please. Please.
Let's just roll with that. We're gonna win a Super Bowl with Bo and Sean, right, David?
Yes, we are. Might even be this year.
That's true. Jeez. Isn't that weird? Like it just hasn't set in for me. Like I put
$25 on it this week on Kalshi.
Do you have any business to take care of here on for Kalshi?
Oh yeah. We could take care of this really quick. Yeah, please, guys, get on Kalshi. Use the code DTB and get a $10 bonus once you start trading over there. You can trade on sports and all sorts of other things like the price of Bitcoin, predict the future. But yeah, I put $25 down on Kalshi for the Broncos to win the Super Bowl this year last week. And if they win, that's $335 in my pocket, baby.
Let's go.
DTB, David Talks Broncos. Use that code. Links in the description of my feed. So thank you, Mike. Yeah,
of course, dude. Joined at the hip. This Mile High Monsters, man. We miss Zach. Zach, Let's Talk Broncos. He is a busy young man, for those of you that don't know. He runs and operates his whole Let's Talk Broncos thing with Bree, and those guys stay very, very busy. And then he's also works at KOA as a producer, and he also writes, and he has a girlfriend. You probably don't know her. She lives in Canada. No, I'm just kidding. So
I've never seen her.
I've never seen her. I'm just saying, you know, I don't know.
He has a girlfriend. Yeah. I don't know.
All right, let's roll up to defensive line. Should we do edge rushers separately?
Nah, we can do the whole D line.
Let's do the whole D line. David, you go first.
Dude, I mean, it's hard to say anything less than an A+.
Wow.
You know, we lead the league in sacks, although I'm wondering if the Browns are creeping up on our 49 total with getting 10 today against Geno
Oh my
Smith.
God, I know. Geno Smith got sacked 10 times.
Yes. But we got the best pass rush in football. Good run defense on the defensive line. So, yeah, I think we could have. They won't put 3 Pro Bowlers in there, but we got definitely 3 Pro Bowl caliber and maybe a couple All-Pro caliber guys on that line. So
yeah, and at the end of the year, we'll get jacked for Pro Bowlers as we always do. But that's that's okay. A little bit of my Bronco bias. You know, I mean, all fans feel that way. But there will always be a few like Jaquan is on a All-Pro Pro Bowl level playing right now, and he didn't even get defensive player of the week. They gave it to some schmuck that didn't deserve it. I mean, come on, give me a break, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go with you on that. I would definitely the D line would get an A from me. Like Zach Allen, every time he like bumps his rib or like tweaks something and goes out for a play, I swear my wife has to get out that machine that they put on your chest and zap you back to life. It scares the crap out of me. I think he's kind of the key that starts that engine, and then he's just surrounded by great players. They're all Vance Joseph does a great job too of last week against the Chiefs. Everybody was talking about how the sack number, they held
Chris Jones
15, our pass rusher.
Nick Bonito. Sorry.
This is what happens to me when Zach's not here. Okay, so they didn't really stop him. Like, that's the game plan. They were stunting him and they were using him. They were dropping him in coverage. They were doing all kinds of Vance Joseph just does this crazy stuff. And we're all like, oh, they really shut Bonito down. They can shut it down anytime they want to. No, that was not the game plan. It was containment. In fact, David brought it up on the show. The one thing that he was worried about during that Chiefs game was not keeping containment on the edge, going after Mahomes too heavy, and then they would just slip through. The game plan, VJ was almost as smart as David and made sure that didn't happen. So I'm sure you guys talk a lot. You can see the orange phone over my shoulder. That is a direct line to the Broncos coaching staff. So I do use it during the games once in a while, as you guys may have noticed.
This channel isn't David Knows Broncos, but I know a thing or two.
You know a thing or two. Maybe even more than 2 things. We've got. Do we miss anybody on defense? Did we?
Nope.
We got everybody.
We're good on defense.
Let's go to the offensive side of the ball. We'll start with the offensive line. Wow, with injuries. Still playing pretty well. I'd like to see our run game improve some, but you can't deny the pass protection has been there. Even though Bo is really good at avoiding sacks, a lot of that it's a I don't know, chicken and the egg thing. Like it's both of them. Is it the line? Is it him? I think it's both, and I think the line's done a good job. I would say the O-line is maybe a little overrated in my opinion. I don't think they're as great as we like in Broncos country like to say we have the best O-line in the NFL in this. I don't think that's true. I think that I think they could be better. but I'll give him a little bit. And it's nice that we're not talking about Wattenberg every week.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
The
I think he's
center
been playing
position,
better. Yeah,
the center position has not been a problem. Now, he's not opening up the A gap like crazy, right? But he's playing okay. I'm going to give them a B on the season so far. Let's see who we get back after the bye. I'm expecting we're going to get Powers back next week against the Commanders. What would you give the O-line?
I'll go with a B plus.
Plus,
Yeah.
where's your
Paltrow.
orange glasses? You might as well
Yeah.
just put them on, baby.
I gotta find them, man. They, they're doing well, dude. With Paltrow there at left guard again. Wattenberg, he maybe not necessarily a solution, but I think he's been fine. Over the last few games, they got an interesting decision to make with him. But I do have a question for you, Mike. With this issue with center, because Wattenberg is a free agent this next year. I mean, we got 60+ million in cap space right now. That's fine. I think we could bring him back on a cheap deal if we wanted to, because again, he's not going to be an all-pro guy or a Pro Bowl guy. I'm not an O-line expert, but if center's such an issue and it's so hard to find one, why don't we just kick Quinn Miners over to center and then replace guard in the offseason with somebody else that's really good?
Yeah, I think I'm not sure that it's true that centers are that hard to find. I mean, I know that's kind of a thing out there, but I first of all, you probably don't want to take an all-pro player from his position and move him.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah, to do. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a position that we could. Now, did you say he's a free agent after this year?
Yeah, Luke Wattenberg's a unrestricted free agent.
Okay. So, I mean, that's something we're going to have to deal with this year. My guess, Sean will grab some 32-year-old vet from, that he's run
I'd like
across.
to see what Forsyth could do. I mean, he's still under contract for another year.
Well, and there are times
where he beat out Wattenberg. That's the thing.
That's the thing, right? Like, but Sean's kind of a little bit crazy too. Like sometimes you don't know why there's something about Wattenberg that he values more than he does Forsyth, even though Forsyth has flashed. Maybe, again, it's hard to, when you're not at practice and you're not in the meetings. The other part that people don't understand, and I apologize for everybody watching for even saying that. But I know, but some people do have a problem remembering that the mental side of the game. So, like, the easiest one to talk about is always going to be like a wide receiver. You've got this wide receiver, and not named A.T. Perry, but you'll have a wide receiver who's clearly the fastest, has got the best hands. Like why are they not playing this guy? Like he should be their number one or number two receiver, and he's inactive, or he's, he comes in for 3 plays. Guys, it's not about whether he can play or not. Like football is a mental sport, and some of these guys cannot grasp when you get up to the line, and as a wide receiver, you have, and it's a pass play, you have 2 routes that you can choose from. But then all of a sudden, the defense moves and changes their coverage, and the quarterback calls out a little something that changes it. And now you have to know like 4 or 5 variations of every single play, depending on what you see before the snap and then after the snap. And you and the quarterback have to be on the same page at the same time. So that's the obvious one. I think most people understand that. That's why you see people who you can't understand why they're not playing. It's because they can't get the game. They haven't caught up yet. It's going to take them a couple years. But center, now this person is supposed to be making the protection calls. Now Forsyth might just not be able to make the right damn calls, and he could get Bo killed. That's my guess, because I think Forsyth's actually like a better center, like a good blocker, like physical, like he moves well. But maybe it's the mental side where he's like, I can't use you. Like if you can't make everybody's assignment and everybody's shift the blocking down, you're no use to me.
You heard it here first. Luke Wattenberg returns on a 2-year deal.
2-year deal. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
because you don't want to put it on a rookie, and I'm guessing the center market's not going to be great.
So. Yeah, that's a good point too. I think if there's anybody in the late rounds, maybe they should think about developing somebody. But now if we're going to talk about,
could do it, maybe.
Who?
Nick Gargiulo. I mean, he was mainly playing.
Yeah,
guard.
What was the injury?
I think it was ACL. So it's
that's okay for a lineman, though. I mean, honestly, ACL for a lineman, like they can come back. Most players can come back from that. But let's stick with this. But I do want to come back to before I lose my mind. Remind me, inside linebackers and the draft. Like I do want to hit on that a little bit. Okay. So offensive line, let's go to the running back room. Wow, I would have given the running back room an A. Now I'm going to have to give it a C plus because we're just missing a complete piece. Like we need.
You're not going to include that in the grade for the season?
What? Do you think I should like grade for the performance up to now?
That's what I've been doing. Yeah. Sorry.
I know, but it's changed so much now. All right. I'm giving those players that played, I'm going to give them a B plus.
Okay.
We had JK on pace for 1,300 yards.
Yeah.
RJ, a rookie, led the NFL for a while. He had 5 touchdown receptions. He's, a guy like RJ just needs more than 15 or 16 carries because he's going to break one.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of a running back like that. He's not JK where he's going to give you 3, 3, 3, 4, 7, 3, 3. He's going to give you a half, 2, 1, 2, 40. And that's the beauty of him. But you can't do that with 11 carries. So, he's going to have to, hopefully we find out this week, he's an actual featured back, and we because last week we only had 24 passes and 21 rushes the whole game, so it was such a small sample size on offense. We shrunk that game down. Just a great job by Sean Payton to do that.
I'll give him a B. Shout out to Jaleel, man. He surprised me, man. He surprised me last week. Had some nice tough runs and the touchdown. So showing up at 5 a.m. it's paying off now, my friend.
Yeah. Tony Fast says no because the Bronco fans are the divas. Tell all the broken fans to stop whining about everything and stop crying.
I can somewhat get on Tony's side here with how we hype up Davis Mills. I'm right there with you, man. Broncos fans, we're good because we're complaining about the dumbest stuff now. It used to be so valid, but not right now.
Man, I'll tell you what. I had guys in my mentions this week, Chiefs fans in my mentions this week coming in. And it's funny because I never go in theirs. I never read somebody's tweet that I don't know and then comment, you guys suck or something. But people do that for some reason.
Yeah,
I guess
I love doing it. Yeah,
it's fun if you got the time to do that shit. But I was reading this and I noticed that every time the Chiefs lose. And it's funny to me because what I finally ended up saying was it's so funny to me how a 5-5 team considers them to be everybody's Super Bowl. Like every time you win a game and we celebrate, they're like, "Oh, congratulations on winning your Super Bowl." It's the stupidest shit. But like that was not our Super Bowl. Like I said, it was probably. That final drive of that game was probably the biggest drive of the decade, not because it was against the Chiefs, but because it was a game that was in balance that put us up to 9-2 in the driver's seat for the first seed in the playoffs. This is a team that hasn't sniffed anything like that in a decade, and that's why that was such a big thing. Oh my God, Chiefs took it so personal. So talk about crying. It's like, dude, I wasn't even talking about your Chiefs. Like I'm scared of your 5-6-5 team. Like I don't like them. But
dude, I'll tell you what, we've already won 2 Super Bowls, Mike. This year we won against the Chiefs and against the Eagles, man. I'll take that. I've been telling people that yeah, those are Super Bowl wins. Yeah. If that's what you need to tell yourself to cope, just me saying, yeah, it was our Super Bowl. I'll say it.
That's right, because they were both in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's
at
right,
least
man.
one of them. Well, the Eagles were in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs, they walked around the field for a while and got the shit beat out of them. So that was their downfall started.
Can we move on to the wide receivers, talking about the Chiefs? Because I got to take with this one.
Oh, God, please. Well, I mean, the good thing about you, David, is eventually you're going to come out with something that's going to make me...
Like mine, of course, which are banger after banger after banger after certified banger. I don't miss.
David, let's talk about the wide receivers.
Yeah, dude, let's talk about it. Guys, I know y'all ain't happy with the wide receivers, like as a whole this year. But let's not be mistaken. We have a much better wide receiver group than the Kansas City Chiefs do this year. The Kansas City Chiefs, they might have those names, but do they suck compared to our guys? So I can't give them an F. I can't give them a D. They've been inconsistent. They've come up big in some games. They've, floundered in others. They're just going to get a straight C grade. I think Troy Franklin and Marvin Mims are ideally, and I guess you could even knock Sutton down. Ideally, they're a 2, 3, and 4. Right now, they're playing 1, 2, and 3. If we can just find that next big go-to option, it's going to change everything. Everyone's going to be in the right pecking order. Pat Bryant, he's going to be interesting to watch this last stretch, how he factors in. Because, guys, it's not like this guy was a 6th-round pick or something like that, man. This guy was a day 3 pick, 70th overall. His potential is sky high, and he catches everything. He could be the guy where Sean Payton's like, yeah, you know what, man? Broncos country's going to be pissed off talking about it all summer or all spring, but I'm going to choose to use my resources and draft capital elsewhere.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%. Before we move on from let's not move on from wide receivers quite yet. Did you rewatch the game against the Chiefs?
I have rewatched it like 3 times.
Okay. So then it's not going to surprise you when I say that Troy Franklin was both a hero and a complete ass in that game.
Yes.
Like I like when you watch the games live and you go, man, he should have caught that. When you watch the game back and you have time to really watch he has David, like he's got some elite route running skills.
I know.
And so against press coverage, don't even try that shit with Troy Franklin. Like he will burn you. But I'm watching the ball go literally, this term is overused, but right through his hands. Like the perfect jugs machine catch that's right in your face, right there. Bo puts it right there. And it doesn't even slow down on the way through. I'm not talking about over the shoulder stretched out, like passes that were right in his hands. If he gets that, and generally a guy that could catch the ball in college and then can't catch the ball as a pro. There's only 2 ways you can go. I'm just guessing that it's in his head because he had those drops and he's got the yips a little bit. I think I'm going to put my orange glasses on and say that he is going to figure that out, because just the thought of Pat Bryant and Troy Franklin getting their ducks in a row, we don't need to be drafting. I'm actually pretty hyped about our wide receiving group. Like, and then I think Court's just going to turn into that big body 3rd down.
You can be our Anquan Bolden and
possession receiver, whatever we're calling.
We need our Larry Fitzgerald, dude. That's the thing, though. But this is what I'll say, man. I don't know how many teams are okay with the amount of long ball drops Troy's had. Troy's had, man, and just continue to feed him. I understand the importance of continuing to take those shots, but again, this is why, Sean Payton, you better be listening to this show.
He's watching.
I'm talking about you, man. I'm talking about you. Sean, dude, just elevate against the Commanders or freaking Raiders. Somebody, dude, just give A.T. Perry a chance to catch a couple of them. And if he doesn't, I'll shut up. But
Yeah.
he could be a nice 6'5" separator downfield that could help Bo Nix. But right now, Troy Franklin, he only catches the ones downfield that are thrown, not perfectly, but close to perfect.
Yeah.
He doesn't make any of those contested catches down the field. Now he does in the red zone, which is great.
Yeah, he's done that. He has done that. I'll give him that. So, what was your grade? Did you give a grade?
Oh yeah, I gave him C. I gave him a C. And what's up, Alex? Alex, one of my best friends. He's a Bears fan. He's so happy.
Yeah. Yep. I've got him up here. We were gonna get to that. Let me give my I will give the wide receivers a C- up to this point, but with hope. With hope.
Yeah.
They're gonna get it together.
Yes.
You're gonna start catching balls. Now, are the Bears legit, David?
Yes, they are, dude. They're like us last year. That's how I see them.
That's actually a good comparison, right? They're they're winning the games that they need to win now. You're seeing a lot from Caleb Williams instead of just flashes. You're seeing some of the some ultra talent,
yes.
I hate to use Zach Wilson as an example, but Zach Wilson used to make throws that I just didn't think were humanly possible.
And watch his highlights sometimes.
Yeah.
Guys, the Jets, you're like, man, this quarterback's freaking amazing.
If he could have kept his head on straight, you never know. But he could be another Sam Darnold. Keep him around a little bit longer, and Zach and somebody could pick him up, throw a flyer on him, and he could end up finally growing up and going, you know what, I'm going to keep my head in the book. I'm going to play within the offense. And that's the beauty of the old timey days before all the free agency and crazy contracts where, you could hang on to a John Elway for 16 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare, to have that now without getting yourself in cap hell. So your Bears are legit. And it's been fun to watch.
Let me say this about the Bears. This is also how they're just similar to our team last year. They're beating all these teams with losing records like we were. People that hate the Bears, whatever, that's what they're going to use to dunk on them all offseason, saying they didn't play anybody, beat anybody. When they beat the Steelers today, I think that was their first win against an opponent with a winning record. Man, I don't care about that. It's the NFL. They've won 7 out of 8 or something dumb like that, man. Their defense is forcing turnovers at an insane rate. They have the highest turnover differential in football. So that's very similar to how we were generating turnovers last year.
Wow.
So I don't know if you can expect them to win a playoff game if they make it. I think they will with it being their first time. But Caleb Williams, man, he's starting to get out of showing those bad habits. It's not linear. He had some today, but it's just, I think you're seeing less and less of those boneheaded plays and mistakes made. But he's a Ferrari, man. And I think Ben Johnson's done a good job with him this year.
Yeah, well done. God, you're actually way more capable than I thought. Yeah.
It's my ADHD. I just know all these random things.
He's a CU grad, folks. We're CU grads. We don't need your help. We know what we're doing. The Bears lead the NFC North. They're 8-3. How can you not call them a contender? They're certainly a contender in an NFC where the Eagles, I believe, just lost to the Cowboys, right? Mm-hmm. So Shy Vargas.
I usually say Shy, yeah.
Shy is I'm assuming he's a KC fan.
No, he's a Broncos fan. He's always in my show.
Yeah. I mean, I knew the name looked familiar, but I was just, there's a lot of, I think the Chiefs definitely could lose to Dallas. Are they playing in Dallas next week?
I don't know.
So that'll be interesting.
People don't like to hear this, but Dak Prescott, he's a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. right
Yeah,
now.
he is
Yeah,
now.
people don't like to hear that, but it's true.
I'll be interested to see. It'll be interesting to see. I would love for Dallas to beat them. I think they'll just outscore them. I think it'll be a high scoring game, and the Cowboys proved tonight in a really tough physical game against Philly that they can compete. Like they weren't supposed to be like this really bad team, and they just kind of played that way for a while. They look well coached, and Dak is no joke, man. One of the most underrated great quarterbacks in the league, in my
I agree,
opinion.
dude.
So,
I got a Dak Prescott jersey.
do you really?
Yeah,
Man,
I
you
do.
Who's Isaiah? When is Isaiah coming back?
Pacheco, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, he is a closet Chiefs fan.
Nah, he just knows ball. Shai just knows ball.
He wants to talk about the Chiefs a lot. A little scary to me.
I don't know, man. Yeah, maybe.
Hey, it's okay, man. It's okay. It's 2025. You
He's a
can do
closet
whatever you
Chiefs
want
fan.
now.
It's okay. Yeah.
Franklin simply just gets open. Bose goes to him so often because he can count on that just about every time.
Throw
Yeah,
open guys. I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, I'm definitely down with it. He's going to start catching them. I mean, they don't forget they got that college history together. I don't think Bose lost faith in Troy at all. Here we go again. Who are you going for on Thursday? I'm telling you, I'm a little suspicious. That he's just been trolling you all these years. That he's just using you for information, and then he goes back and reports it to Andy Reid.
But let me tell you, man, Dak Prescott, if he didn't play for some incapable owner like Jerry Jones, man, he probably has a Super Bowl by now if you went to just a half decent ownership group. Yeah,
Rodney, we hit that earlier in the show. We were both a little sad to see that. I thought that was
Gus Bus. That's gonna be my my next video, I guess. Gus Edwards, baby, come on.
Well, make it happen. I mean, you're the busiest man in show business. Like, I must have your notifications turned on because
oh my gosh, turn them off. What are you doing?
I don't know what I did. Like every 5 minutes it goes off that David's live. So which probably is why you have easily one of my favorite Broncos channels, but like one of the fastest. So for those of you that don't know, I do keep track of all the podcasts. I do like a mic'd up kind of watch the media. It's like my side hustle a little bit now. But David over here has one of the fastest growing Broncos shows in the nation over the last 2 years. And so pretty impressive stuff.
I have something fun to share. I just saw, dude. I just passed 3,300 subscribers.
Let's go, David. I wish I had my little thing. Let me turn this on.
Who? Oh yeah. Get the show horn going. And guys, make your content, man. Make your content. It doesn't got to be perfect, but just make it, dude. You'll never know what's gonna happen. Just keep putting it out there.
Yeah, and don't watch your viewer. Don't get hooked up on your views or your viewers. So last week, now I started. I'm behind everybody, so my growth percentage is higher than everybody's over the last 2 years. But that's only because 2 years ago I had 0. I didn't even have a channel. This channel started in February, so it's not even a year old yet. So we're at 1,300. So we're a couple grand. So 1,300 in a year. We'll take that. And thank you so much to all of you. I will say that if you watch Mic'd Up, which is my channel, if you watch David Talks Broncos, that's his channel. And Zach, who's not here, Let's Talk Broncos. If you are subscribed to one of us and not subscribed to all of us, I don't know what you're thinking, because it's like one big family channel, and you're gonna miss out if you don't do that. We would all appreciate it. There is I love seeing the names over in the comments, because I'm like starting to like know all these people, and I can't wait to see them more often. And some of my only see when we're with Zach or with you or whatever, because they don't cross. And a lot of them do, like David and these guys. Like I see them on mine. I see them on yours. So it's great to have you guys. We do appreciate it, but please make sure you get all of us down there. There's a lot of really good shows. David does a lot of shows, too many to mention on this little program, but let's finish our position rankings as we're at an hour and 10 minutes already.
Oh my gosh.
And it's your birthday and I don't want to keep you all night. So let's get into the nitty gritty. We're down to, I believe, what
tight ends and quarterback.
I would say it's probably quarterback.
Well,
and
we got tight end too, right?
Oh, I guess we didn't break tight end out. So the
Yeah.
tight end group, do you want to go first?
Yeah, tight end, F.
You're not gonna
That's
elaborate.
really all I gotta say.
You're not gonna elaborate while I vape?
Oh yeah, I guess I will. Evan Ingram, disappointment with just how inconsistent he's been involved. Adam Troutman is kind of meh. Thank you, Ricky. You're the man.
You are the man,
You're the
Ricky.
man, dude. That's what we need. Yeah, spam me everywhere, dude. Spam me in all the Denver Broncos groups on Facebook. I follow them, but I never like self-promote because only a narcissist would do that. But yeah, like, you go put them in there so people can start knowing me and Mike and all my friends that I collab with. And then we got Mercedes Lewis. It's just not an exciting group. Man, imagine somehow if we would have gotten Tyler Warren or Colson Loveland here, man. Wouldn't that have just been amazing? But we can do it this year, this draft. We can get that guy Sadiq from Oregon. How about that?
What's the our 7-foot basketball player that was all the rage?
Oh yeah, that was another great take that was just I'm totally failing on. Is we could have had Kyle Manunga there in the 7th round, and we go take a guy. Now, I love a Sean Payton bong hit, man, but this guy we saw in the preseason, he didn't even know where to line up. He didn't even know the rules. It was a disaster. Just a waste. It's just a waste.
I think there was a point where he played in 4 plays. He had 3 penalties in 4 plays. And so I never liked the pick. I wanted one of the tight ends that were available, or one of the running backs that were available. I remember thinking back to the draft, how big we were on our running backs and tight ends. I really wish we would have drafted one of those tight ends that are kind of showing out already. So
we could have had freaking Terrence Ferguson.
Yeah,
we're watching the Rams right now.
We were big on that. Would have been a big difference. Now I do wonder if the tight end problem is an offensive, like how much the offense is not featuring them, and how much that comes into play. But that'll be for the nerds to study. But I think we definitely need that. But on that subject, right before we get to Bo and we get out of here, where are you at with inside linebacker? Now, I think it was last year. I think it was 2 years ago. So it's probably not last draft because I was running back tight end was my big. But I was advocating a 1st round inside linebacker 2 years ago. Everybody hates that move because of the draft value, right?
Yeah.
But at some point, don't we need to seriously think about getting a real player in there, top 3 rounds, like invest like we did in Pat Bryant?
Yeah. I'm cool with a 2nd or 3rd round pick. We can't, and I view the tight end position, I think, a little bit differently than a lot of people. Like, I do see it as a very important position. But especially while we have Dre Greenlaw under contract, it's not, I would much rather spend, we can't get cute. You know what? It might have been a little cute picking Jahdae Barron when it wasn't a position of weakness. Well, you know what? Pat Surtain went out, and our corners are freaking amazing, dude. You can never go wrong selecting things like corners, tackles, defensive linemen, with that 1st round premium pick. So I'm not the biggest fan of a 1st rounder on inside linebacker. I'll put the orange colored glasses on if we do it and get hyped about it, though. But I would prefer some other positions. But day two, I'm totally okay with, dude. Carson Schlesinger, for the Browns, man. He was, I think, the first pick of the second round. He's been fantastic. So maybe we should have drafted him. But I would much rather go offensive line, honestly, with the first round this year.
Is the draft? Is this a good O-line draft coming up?
That's what all the geniuses say. That's what all the geniuses say, man. But that means, hey, maybe you can get some in the third and fourth round too, though, and go weapons there with the first round. But guys, I want this to be a meat and potatoes draft. I want offensive linemen, linebackers, tight ends, defensive lineman pick.
Yeah,
and then we use one pick for our big weapon.
Yeah, I don't want to whiff on a weapon. Like I'm with you, meat and potatoes. When the Broncos are back, I think that's kind of the thing, right? And so why let it be a 2-year flash? Like, let's build for the future. Let's build for when Bo's got 3 years under his belt or 4 years under his belt, and we have this solid team around him, and finally the footwork issues are gone, and the little ups and down inconsistent stuff, and to not have burned a bunch of premium picks on wide receivers that we have to get rid of because they're going to cost $50 million a year or whatever. Like, I'm with you. Let's build from the inside out. Let's keep that going. A little early for draft talk, though. Look for it. We're going to have fun this offseason, though, David. We're talking about the draft, so we're definitely going to do that on the Monsters show.
But let's get to these Bo grades, dude.
Let's do Bo Nix. This is the big one. Whose turn is it? Is it me or you?
I said F for tight ends first. So,
all right. I also give the tight ends F. Yeah. I'd love to give them better, but I can't. Now, last thing on Ingram, though, when he has gotten the ball, he's done pretty well with it. So I'd like to see maybe him get some more opportunities. So that's all I'll say on that. He looks healthy now. He looks like he's moving well. He catches the ball reliably. He gets first downs. He fights. That touchdown he made where he stretched out. I mean, the guy's got some moves. Just doesn't look like Bo's looking his way. So, Bo Nix, it is my turn. How can you not give Bo Nix an A? Inconsistent, sure. Clutch, absolutely. David, the guy is, and he's ask him to win a game, he'll go win the game. So, because I don't know what Sean's asking him to do the rest of the game, and he struggles once in a while, he's still, and I don't have his stats in front of me, so I can't be exactly sure where he's at stat wise, but I don't care. Eye test, I'm giving Bo an A. He's 8. He's rolled off 8 straight. He hasn't lost at home since what? Well, he's 11 straight. So whenever it was, it's been a long time. The Broncos are back, and 90% of that is because of him. So Bo gets an A.
Wow. Hey, can I pass these orange colored glasses?
I got to get my own. You can take them off. You can take them off for this.
Yeah. So I'll tell you this, man. If I'll give him an A if I'm grading him on second-year quarterback. Sure.
Yep. Well, that's who you have to.
Yeah, but where I'm taking this grade from is where he looks right now compared to the other great quarterbacks that we've had in Denver. I'm doing it, man. I'm giving him a B. Giving him a B because we just need the footwork cleaned up, man. The second, third, sometimes first quarter doesn't look great. Game to game, it doesn't look great. He misses guys. And maybe this is an impossible standard because we still saw, I don't even know if it was mainly prime Peyton Manning. I guess 2013 was definitely prime. But, man, we saw Peyton Manning still play super high-level football. That is the standard for me. I can't necessarily put him there yet. But it's, in terms of his development right now, A, if you're just having me graded in a vacuum, how's Bo Nix performance right now compared to the rest of the league and other Denver Broncos quarterbacks of the past? It's a B. It's a B. Give him a B.
I guess that's how you look at, like, how you want to look at it, right? Like,
Sorry, I cheated.
No, you didn't.
Birthday mulligan.
We're great. You can do whatever you want on your birthday, right? So,
Yeah.
but Bo's actually, we were worried a little bit about the sophomore slump. That was the big talk. But honestly, the eye test stuff, there's been some problems, but like statistically, he's
fine.
He's fine. Yeah, he's actually having a little bit better of a season than he had last year. So,
and I think the way in which he's completing his passes, it's just different. I think it's different. Now, maybe this is something where I got to go back and look at it, but it's like, I don't think we're necessarily calling. I guess some games it was just purely short game for the most part, but I think Sean's asking him to do more this year. And that's also probably why we've seen the completion percentage drop by a few points and a few more turnovers and stuff like that. I don't mind it. It
might explain why he does so good in the fourth quarter. Now, Sean, again, we talk about it all the time. He loves to be the smartest guy in the room, and he is generally that. But he, when you worked with Drew Brees all those years, and Drew Brees knows the playbook and the reads and everything just as well as you kind of get spoiled, right? Like, hey man, if you would just do this, it's like what John Elway said. Like he can't teach a quarterback. He can't train a quarterback, and he probably shouldn't draft a quarterback. And the reason is because a guy like John Elway, that everything came easy to him. Like he was so good. He just doesn't understand why you can't do it.
So I could never evaluate the position.
That's what I'm saying. You can't. Yeah. He had finally admitted it himself. He's like, I can't evaluate quarterbacks because for the life of me, like I'm a golfer, right? I'm a pro golfer. Like, I don't understand why somebody isn't on the green every time from 150 yards. Like, that's just, you got to be on the green. Like, why can't you do that? It's easy. You just, but it's not easy. Like, the game's not easy. And I think Sean would never admit it, but I think he's learning now that maybe you're right, David. Like early in the game, it's like, hey, Bo, here's like 5 different things I need you to think about when you get up to the line. And depending on what they do, it might be 10 other things. And you can kind of see that he's thinking more than he's playing.
Yeah. Also, you have 9 seconds to get the playoff.
And by the way, I didn't leave you any time to really evaluate that. And which is why we talk about that, that little mosh huddle, or the little, the tempo thing that Zach and I argue about what terminology we're going to use, if it's hurry up or no huddle or whatever. But let's get him up to the line and give him time to do some process. Let him make some pre-snap reads. So I think the grades are fair, but I think the criticism is fair too. And I think that might also explain why he's so good in the fourth quarter. Because at that point in the game, Sean basically is saying, well, the only way to win this game is this. So, Bo, go just do that. Like the game actually is simplified because we are in the hurry up. We are hustling up to he does have more time to make the reads, and he's plays really free and open. So I think hopefully when they self-evaluate, which they're doing over this bye week, by the way, that's what they're doing. They're self-scouting the hell out of themselves, and they're going to come out and make those changes. And let's just hope that Sean makes those changes in time for the Washington Commanders game. So next week, our next game is it the evening game?
Yeah, it's got to get flexed out, dude.
7:20. No, they would have had to have already flexed it by now. It's too late.
Oh, good Lord. All right.
They don't like all the reservations are already made, and the times, the tickets, I don't think they can. They can't flex out a Sunday night game.
Do that, yeah. I mean, dude, or Bo Nix versus Marcus Mariota, or bandaged up Jaden Daniels. I mean, this should be a game that we handle on the road. But
okay, it looks like quick update. It looks like Jaden Daniels is out. He's listed as out for the game already.
Disaster.
Disaster. So questionable PS2,
He should not
questionable
play.
Singleton. I agree, especially with a pack. We're going to need him. Adkins is questionable, and of course, JK's on IR.
Especially on that turf, dude. If you're banged up, you're not playing. That's how I'm handling this.
Yeah, and the Commanders are 3-8, right? They're like, we want to win this game. We need to win this game. But I think the Broncos, if the Broncos can't go there and handle business, it's not an early game. So East Coast games are terrible for the Broncos. We all know that. But since it's a late game, I think they'll be fine with that.
Yeah. They'll be awake.
Yeah, they'll be awake. Yeah, they won't be hungover from the night before. I think we I think we can not play PS2. So predictions for next week. I'm going to say win, of course. I think the Broncos will win. I think the Commanders will play them tough. I think they're still a fairly well-coached game, but I think injuries are just too much. And I think they're going to make some adjustments, and I think Bo's going to have a good game. I'll say we're going to put some points on the board. I'll say we'll go 27-17 Broncos.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah, I like that a lot. Dude. I mean, the operation, I feel like for the most part has looked better on the road at certain spurts than it has at home in terms of like getting the call in, having everybody, like just the offensive operation. So I don't see the Commanders scoring more than 13. So I'll piggyback on your 27. Let's make the bet on how much they score. I'll go with 13. And what was I going to say? I think Bo Nix will look great. And people forget this, man. Drew Brees. It wasn't until his 6th NFL season.
Yeah.
That
he wasn't a rookie when he got
up
done.
with Sean Payton, man. So we got 4 more seasons after this one before we can fully judge to some extent where Bo is at compared to all that Drew Brees stuff. So
yeah, and Broncos country, you got to enjoy this. You got to embrace this. David said it best. We're nitpicking about the dumbest stuff because there's nothing else to complain about, and we love to complain. But the Broncos are 9-2. They're going to be 10-2, back in first place where they belong after next weekend. So keep the faith and get into David Talks Broncos and
come on now.
Get
Dude,
up. Let's
join the
get him
A.T. Perry fan club. Come on.
Why not?
Come on. A.T. Perry, dude. Come on, Sean Payton. We're going up against the Commanders.
I'm going to call Sean after this. I know he's watching. He always watches the show. And I'm going to ask him point blank. I want to know what is the deal with A.T. Perry. And I will let you know in the private chat.
Yeah, thank you.
But until next time, guys, go Broncos. Have a great week. Bask in the, the state of the union of the Denver Broncos, baby. Let's go. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.